Hey everyone. Hey everyone. Hello, hello. Good bro. Are you new to the channel? You have seen the previous. So after the break, no, you are new to the channel then. So this is my 69th session. Vans. No, 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 I'm not. If you find the channel helpful, then only do it. You can read my description on the top right of your screen. Uh, I don't teach DSA or system design. I generally work and answer questions because I feel like I can answer some of the doubts that everyone has or I had when I was in college. And then I do create some videos also around DSA and system design. So that's what the channel is about. If you like any video, feel free to subscribe, share. Uh, cool. In 4 minutes. So this is a new website that I discovered in one of the live. I've read the book System Design, but I have not specifically DP and graph. You're asking me what should you do, then you should do DP and graph. Very straightforward answer. Could be very annoying as well. Okay, I'm going to do this thing. Yeah, you should practice synergic vents, practice DSS less time. If you have less time, probably you can. Anyway, you can appear again in 6 months, right, for Amazon. So, but probably DP and graph. But I would say that there is no point of like doing it in hurry. Like Hindi, so Aditya Verma is the legend of DP. So you should go and watch his video. Still, you can watch his videos. Probably he'll help you in some way. Aditya Verma P. This thing. It has 50 videos, and after this, I don't think you will say that you don't know DP. So you'll know DP in and out if you see like 40 videos of this. In this, yes, DSA is the key. You are in college or what, Synergic Vans? You can see my description on the top right. If you see on the screen, you will see welcome to DSA and design, right? And in that there is who am I. So in that who am I, you can see who am I, right? Little bit about me. And then more information you can find in the bio of my channel. So there is another. judiciary for DP, should I watch all the videos or watch some? I would say that, like, if you watch the videos, right, he himself will say that take a break and think. Uh, he himself will say that. Judiciary, I'm answering your question. So, when you are watching the video, right, uh, he is solving all the specific problems on the lead code. So he himself will take a moment and say that go try it yourself. And also he is not kind of teaching you how to solve that specific problem, but he teaches the pattern in that is applicable to most of the DP problems out there. So that is why that playlist is golden. I would say that just like you binge watch any Netflix series, right? Just binge watch it. And then later anyway you watch it again. I do it on weekend, man. So I have enjoyed a life to good extent in previous times. That's why I do this stuff on weekend. That's why I'm not able to do anything on the weekdays because I'm fully packed with work. Yeah, sure, man. Okay, I'll be reading this and then because this is something that I have. What is this? Ask Alex. Oh, premium feature is it? But yeah, let's read this. So we'll be reading this real time. I would suggest whoever watching is also they can also read. In this chapter, we are going to walk through the challenge of designing a leaderboard for an online mobile. What is a leaderboard? A leaderboard is generally in an every game. Leaderboard are competing the particular tournament. So it could be there in contests. The leaderboard is leading competitions. User are assigned per task, so there will be tasks, and each user is assigned the task. Whoever has the most point has on the save. So rank player points 1, 2, 3, 4. Koi 976 B team. So that way, that is the meaning of the leaderboard. I think everyone knows. But now, uh, the challenge would be so the challenge would be what will be the functional requirements and non-functional requirements, right? So That would be the first thing that we would decide is to understand the problem and establish the design scope. Leaderboard can be pretty straightforward, but there are a number of different matters that can add complexity. We should clarify the requirement. How is the score calculated for leaderboard? User get a point when they win a match. We go by simple point. Each system has a score. Each time wins, we should add the point to their score. So we have users when they play match if they win, their score increases by one. So some things to be considered. We have user, we have match, we have score, right? Some things to be just aware about. Uh, are the all players included? That is okay. Is there a time segment associated with the leaderboard? Each month a new. So the leaderboard timing is 1 month. 1 month. Can we assume we only care about top 10 users? We want to display the top 10. How many users are there in a tournament? The average 5 million users. So so DAU is 5 into 10 raised to power 6. Yeah. How many matches are played on average during a tournament? Each player makes 10 matches. So we have like 10 raised to power 6 players and each player plays 10 matches. But that will be divided by 2, right? I think so. Their ranks are same. Does the we want the data to be real time? Okay. Yes, so now we will be defining the functional requirements. First is display top 10 users, right? Top 10 priority key or something probably would be used. And then we want to show a specific user's rank also. Show rank of specific user. And then this is very dirty actually. I'm typing better. Hmm. Hey Synergy, I just saw your message. No, no, you should anyway join. Never be stay unemployed. Which package you are? Like which year pass out you are? 25 going to pass out this year. I would never ask anyone to stay unemployed in this situation, right? Yeah, so that would be just my take. That don't be unemployed in this situation, right? So that would be my advice. But like in TCS, then you will be your work culture also will be hectic. I think TCS Ninja gives good package I have heard, right? It's not 4 LPA. TCS Ninja used to be 7 or 8. TCS Ninja used to be 7 or 8 back then. Not sure now. Did it decrease or what? Oh, it's so TCS Digital has 7 LPA and TCS Ninja has 4 LPA, is it? Oh, Ninja has 3. So then you should, like, I would say better to have a job than to have nothing, right? So that is something that I would say. But that personal opinion, right? If you can afford the risk and stay unemployed, there will be career gap and whatnot, right? But if you go into TCS or something, then you will have that 3 months notice period problem also, right? That's what I have heard. So anyway, you will have to then resign without an offer. But still, you can beat around that. Like some companies, I think Cisco, if you have 3 months of notice period, also then also it's okay for Cisco. And Cisco pays around 15 to 20 for a fresher, 20 plus nowadays. So that would be my advice. Yeah, I've heard that if you are in bench, then you can do work, right? You don't have any work. I have no idea, but just have heard that if you are in bench, then it means that you are not doing for anything for 6 months, right? That's when you can prep. That's my assumption. But again, I am not the best guy to ask. Yes, I do have LinkedIn and also if you go to bio of my channel, right? Probably I think I need to attach that bento link in somewhere. But if you would let me paste, bento. You guys can connect with me over LinkedIn. I don't have a Discord server as of now, but down the line I will create, maybe after a month or so. That my resume is old one. I think it doesn't have my current company, but yeah. Anyway, I'm talking only, so better I can use this time for. You are not disturbing me, Synergic. So generally, whenever just a note for you, right, as you're new, so after 30 minutes, I take 15 to 20 minutes to reply to all the chat and then I go back again. So that way it will be both productive sessions for everyone where they can do study also and then have any doubts, get them resolved also. It works both ways. There's no need to be sorry about, right? If I just wanted to do study, then there's no point of doing the live stream. Just upload, need to do balance of both. Cool. So show a user specific rank. That is second thing. So the functional requirements are first is display and play value requirement, right? Get here for us. FR takes the scale things, right? Right. Core update should happen in real time. We don't need to refresh it, right? the leaderboard and score, it's one and the same thing. And other thing that it will be more availability over, like you can, it is okay to show like 10 second, like 1 second old data, okay to show stale data rather than making the system down, right? Okay to show stale data in terms of partition tolerant. I'm not saying every time, but in sort of partition tolerant, I think. And then, as they have already mentioned, scalable to 10 million daily active users. Million is 10 raised to power 6. So 10 raised to power 6 million users. But the leaderboard is that leaderboard. So leaderboard will have eventually this, right? So our aim is to find top 10 for this 10 raised to power 6 users. And with zero like less latency, right? And look, let's do that. So let's do estimation. So generally in an interview we can avoid this thing. Let's do it here. back of the let's take of the challenges that we 5 million we have with 5 million daily active users, and if the game had even distribution players during so generally so let's do this right. So daily active users is 10 raised to power 6 and number of seconds in a day number of seconds are uh, 86400 I think somewhere around this. So this you can mm, put 10 raised to power 5. So that's why that 10 raised to power 5 comes right. So now the assumption here that is being made is that so 5 million users are playing the game throughout the day, right? So at every second, how many players are playing the game? That is players per second is 10 raised to power 6 at 10 raised to power 5, right? This comes down to be just 10, but the question they are taken like 5 million, not just 1 million. So we can do put for 5 here. So 50 users per second, 50 players per second. However, we know that potentially there could be peaks, yes. So our peak time would be like 5 times, or we can also say 10 times. Peak time is 250 times, 5 times 5 into that is the peak. Now queries per second for a user scoring the game peak load of this is on the user side, right? For users scoring a point. Now we are assuming that each user plays 10 games on an average. So we have 50 users per second, and each user scores plays 10 games. So that is like this is based on so you have like this many users. So games are 5 into 10 raised to power 7. Then you divide that by 10 raised to power 5. Then that becomes these are number of games. So those are 500 games. And in each game, either of the player will score, right? Whether it would be second. So in each game, there are, let's assume, two players or some players, right? Any one of that will be scoring the point. So points, queries per second for score will be equal to query per second for number of games, right? That is 500 because each game will have a winner or a loser. That is nice thing that is not written here. So queries per second for peak is 5 into 500 when there are more games played. That is this much. That is correct. Now, fetching the top 10 at a given point, we have 500 different scores. So we have to find top 10. Here we are saying that okay, user is opening the game once a day and then okay, for that particular okay, this is little bit not that much well written. So this is equal to number of players basically they are saying per second because that's the time it will open, right? So yeah, maybe as Alex says, can write that. So C are saying that each user open when each user opens. So we have 50 users given second. So top 10 requests are also 10. But yeah, you won't be doing this math, I think, in an interview. Like I personally never did this much math. You can just assume some good enough number, like based on some daily active users. You don't have to do all the math. Let's see. So, okay, propose a high level design. Generally, I would like to do entities here. That is not being done. So, let's do the entities. So, we have a player. Player has ID, eventually has a score, and wins also. Probably win is equal to score. So, it could be whether he is playing or not, something like that. But then there is a game or a match, right? And then there is a leaderboard. This seems to be the identity. Score will just be empty, right? Post V1 score. Rate the user's position. The leaderboard when a user. I don't like the name. So this is updating the score of a user, right? So we would have okay. So basically player is another identity and score is also another identity. It's like ID, score as ID and then points and user ID. That's the game. So you have a score table basically where you have a user ID to its points. Does that mean that is how okay, that is how they have been designing AI scores whenever update users so they are saying that they will okay, so basically here score is kind of the leaderboard thing, right? So scores is that score of all the position tables, right? Persons, right? So score table will have a username, it will have its score ID, or user ID can be the primary key, right? scores of all the users, basically scorecard. Yeah, scorecard is a better thing, I think. Scorecard. So whenever there is a post scorecard, it could be like this also to specific user ID. And the user ID anyway we should be not passing like this. So what I will say is that we'll just add points, integer, and then user ID will be hidden in a JWT. That automatically this post will crack, right? And then it will return 203. Okay, 203, okay. Don't think. Okay, 203, okay. So this is like the first word. So get the like update score, then get leaderboard is like a get call to scoreboard, and in this scoreboard we will return list of scores. This will be top 10. Score will be we have to do, and then I think this should be a player thing. But yeah, yeah, this is what I was saying here, that you can get a specific. So you should post also in that way only, right? So this is something that I was saying. Get V1 as source for that user ID because today itself we did this, right? So high level design is so there are two services, game service and leaderboard service. The game service allows the player to play the game and leader source gets the leaderboard. So if whenever user wins the game, we need to update the score because one will lose, one will win, right? Whenever there is end of the game, we need to update the score. And once the player is updated, you can either call get leaderboard or you can call get particular prayer link. Yeah, this is making much sense now. Is the design a big, really good resource so far? I did not start this, so let me design. Hi, Surya Sanjeev. So I'll read this and then I'll call it a day. I wanted to. Surya, you can hear me, right? Let me know if you can. Okay, no worries. I think this is good. So, अच्छा, we have game. This is game service. So the first one, user will. Oh, this is a client application, right? Whenever a game wins, so it goes to game service, and then the game service goes to game service, and then games. There is a service data. So what I'm thinking is right in here they have done one thing that whenever you have a game service, this will call the this leaderboard service saying that update score. This will in place update the score, and then this could fetch the leaderboard. H leaderboard, V H player rank. Score. That looks like so when player is the client sends a request to the game service, the game is the win is valid and called the leader update the score. Service update the scores. Yeah, this was the question that I also had in mind. Cool, I think I'm good for today. Uh, we could do half of it, half of DSA and half of LRD. Good learning sessions. Uh, See you guys tomorrow. Bye everyone.